Hey strawberries, welcome to my channel. How are you all? I hope you guys are doing great. First of all, very sorry for late video. This is second and last part of this story. If you like this story, please let me know in comment box. Now without wasting any more time, let's start the story. Enjoy. It was nearly lunchtime. Jean and Jimin were in the kitchen. Hosok went to the hive for some choreographies for their upcoming album. Namjoon also went with him because he wanted to work on a song which he left earlier, and Yoongi was in his room sleeping peacefully. And Taekook. They bought a fluffy blanket and some pillows from their room, and they were cuddling on the big sofa now. Taehyung had his phone in his one hand and the other hand was drawing circles on Jungkook's arm, which were wrapped around his petite waist. The blanket was covering them fully. Only their faces and the phone could be seen. They were watching something in phone and giggling. Who is moaning at this hour in the living room? I just wanted to sleep for fuck's sake, Hyung said, coming in the living room grumpily. What are you talking about, Hyung? Jimin said from the kitchen. Then Yoongi looked at Taekook and asked, Are you guys watching porn or something? Did Jungkook is out from his little space? Or Taehyung, you are showing this little porn-like stuff. Yoongi bombarded them with questions. What are you talking, Hyung? We are just watching Jin Hyung's program, 8 Jin on V Live. Taehyung said, glaring at Yoongi. And Yoongi was met with an angry Jin in front of him. Min Yoongi, do I sound like mourning to you? Jin asked, crossing his hands on his chest. Unfortunately, yes, Yoongi said boringly looking at Jin. You, Jin said and started choking Yoongi. What the fuck? Leave me, Yoongi said whiningly. Ash, Hyung, stop it. You will wake up Cookie. Please fight quietly. Taehyung said from beside Cookie and rubbing soothingly on Jungkook's soft hair, who was sleeping on his chest, hugging him like his life depends on it. How can someone fight quietly, Mr. Kim Taehyung? Yoongi asked, and Taehyung shrugged his shoulder. Nan Molla, I didn't try it too, he said, and again went back to rubbing Jungkook's hair. Yoongi shook his head in disbelief. Okay, enough. Yoongi, come with us and help me and Jimin in making lunch, Jin said and dragged Yoongi with him in the kitchen, who was whining like grumpy cat. After the lunch, Taehyung and Jungkook decided to take some nap in their room. Well, Taehyung was sleeping, but Jungkook was drawing on his drawing book. When he got tired of drawing, he started playing with his plushies, talking with them about how his Tete Hyungi is pretty and perfect, how they were cuddling, etc. Mr. Taiki, don't tell anyone this, okay? It's secret between just us. Promise? Jungkook said, putting his pinky with the tiger plushie's flat-surfaced. Cookie likes Tete Hyuni a lot. Did you saw him smiling? He is so pretty. No, don't look at him. He is mine only. Only Cookie can see him smiling. Or you will have crush on him too. Jungkook said the last part with angry pout and left the plushie on the floor. Jungkook went behind Taehyung where he is sleeping on the bed and laid beside him, back hugging him tightly. Taehyung groaned at first but soon turned around and hugged back Jungkook tightly and drifted back to his sleep. Jungkook also felt his eyelashes were getting heavy and soon he too slept peacefully in his Tete Hyuni's arms. Jimin came and woke them up. Both Taehyung and Jungkook woke up grumpily. Then Taehyung noticed it was Jimin, so he smiled at him. Hey Jimina, what happened? Do you need anything? Taehyung asked. Jungkook sat beside him and drank some water. Yes, I do need something and it's you, Jimin said bluntly, and Jungkook spitted out the water which he was drinking. Taehyung immediately got alert and started rubbing Jungkook's back when he saw the little was coughing. Relax, Bun. Take it easy, Taehyung said, patting his back. Sorry, Hyuni. I'm okay. We'll go to the washroom. I have to poo, Jungkook said, getting up from the bed, and Taehyung nodded his head. When Jungkook came back from the washroom, he saw Jimin and Taehyung were clinging to each other. Taehyung had his head on Jimin's shoulder, and Jimin had wrapped his arms around Taehyung's shoulder. They were watching and giggling about something on Jimin's phone. Oh, hey Cookie, come join us, Taehyung said when he noticed Jungkook, who nodded his head and sat beside Taehyung. Jungkook was sulking silently when he saw Taehyung's all attention was on Jimin. Hyuni, Cookie want huggies. Not feeling good, Jungkook said, looking down sniffling, making Taehyung panic. Oh my gosh, Minnie, can we talk about it later? Cookie isn't feeling good, Taehyung said, and Jimin nodded his head. Sure. Should I stay too and see if Jungkook need anything? Jimin asked worriedly. Jungkook immediately hugged Taehyung tightly and buried his head into the crook of Taehyung's neck. No, only Tete, he said. Jimin gave a look to Taehyung and left the room. Taehyung blushed furiously. Do you want any medicine, Bun? He asked, rubbing Jungkook's back. Jungkook shook his head and mumbled, Cuddles. Taehyung giggled. Come here, my cuddly bunny, he said, and laid down. Jungkook immediately laid beside him and, as his habit, wrapped his hands around Taehyung. They were again laying down with a big fluffy blanket in silence, completely enjoying each other's warmth. Taehyung almost drifted back to sleep, but he widened his eyes when he felt a hand under his shirt and was rubbing the soft surface of his skin. He felt goosebumps all over his body. He decided to shrug it off, but then the hand was rubbing over his sensitive nipples, slightly pinching it. Taehyung gasped, and soon his cheeks becoming the shade of red. Jungkook, Taehyung said in a whimper. Jungkook just hummed, and Taehyung's breath hitched when he felt a pair of lips leaving small wet kisses on his neck. Taehyung let out a tiny whine when Jungkook placed a kiss on his sweet spot. Cook, what are you doing? You are out of your little space? Taehyung asked, voice deeper than usual. Jungkook again hummed. He started rubbing Taehyung's nipples and buried his face into the crook of Taehyung's neck and started sucking and biting there, that it would leave a noticeable mark. Taehyung couldn't help but moaned. He closed his eyes in pleasure when Jungkook continued to leave wet kisses all over his neck, occasionally sucking them and torturing his nipples. Taehyung fisted his one hand through Jungkook's soft hair, making the latter growl. Jungkook slowly pulled back his head from Taehyung's neck. He placed a kiss at the corner of Taehyung's lips. Turn around, baby, Jungkook said, voice husky, making Taehyung's knees wobble more. Taehyung immediately turned around and their eyes locked with each other. Their breath inhale-exhale rapidly. Both of them leaned in, and their lips collided with each other. They closed their eyes, moving their lips in a sync. Taehyung cupped Jungkook's face, and Jungkook wrapped his one arm around Taehyung's waist, and the other was rubbing Taehyung's skin under the shirt. Taehyung whimpered in the kiss when Jungkook smacked his bum. He gasped as Jungkook rubbed his sensitive nipples again. Jungkook took the chance and entered his tongue in Taehyung's sweet cavern, tasting every inch of it. Both felt as a spark ran through their bodies. They finally broke the kiss after some time. Due to lack of breath, both panted, then looked at each other. Both of their orbs were dark with desires, lips were swollen, hair messy, and their hands all over each other. Their moment was ruined by a call from living room. Jimin was calling them for dinner. They got up from their sleeping position, avoiding the eye contact. Taehyung was about to get up, but Jungkook pulled him on his lap by his wrist. Taehyung let out a loud gasp of surprising. Cookie, he whispered, and Jungkook placed a finger on Taehyung's lips, slightly rubbing the plumpness of his Hyung's lips. Jungkook looked at him with his Bombay eyes. Be mine, Hyungi, for both Cookie and Jungkook. Be my mommy for my little. Be my boyfriend. I will be yours too, Jungkook said in a pleasing voice, which was still slightly deeper because of their earlier activities. Taehyung smiled warmly at him and pecked his cheeks. I will, Taehyung said, making Jungkook smile brightly, and they hugged each other happily. Guys, are you coming for dinner or not? Me and Hobby Hyung will finish your dinners if you won't come now. They heard Jimin's voice. They giggled and Jungkook kissed Taehyung on his lips one last time. Then they got up and went for dinner towards living room. Hey, you both are looking like a mess, Jimin said, looking at their conditions. Then his eyes caught their lips swollen and marks on the neck, which made his plump lips form in a smirk. He came towards them and whispered, Looks like you both already have your dinner, He said in a teasing tone, making Taekook blush. But Jungkook immediately smirked back and pulled Taehyung to him. I guess I have, he said, and Taehyung pinched his biceps. Shut up. Jungkook leaned in Taehyung's ear and whispered, By the way, after dinner, we have to continue something we started earlier. And Taehyung felt shivers stand down to his spine. Oof, where's my little baby bunny? Not this pervert muscle bunny, Taehyung said shyly, and Jungkook chuckled. Both are here and all yours, my love, Jungkook said, and Taehyung smiled at him. They happily went for dinner. At dinner, both Taehyung and Jungkook fed each other, making the other members raise a brow at them, except Jimin. Dinner went nicely, with some Taekook cute moments. They spent the rest of the days with each other like a couple and start a new chapter of their love story. Okay, so here is the story's the end. I know, this story is not like as you all accepted, but next video is better than this, and that's my promise. So keep watching and supporting our BTS. Lots of love to all dear BTS armies and lovely Taekookies. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon in the next video. Bye bye. Sarange.